Transcripts and recordings of the podcast may not be used for any purpose without the direct written permission of the podcast owner. Welcome to LITE It Up, a podcast about resilient women balancing motherhood, their careers, personal lives, and all of the challenges that come along with being a superwoman. Each week, you'll be motivated to take action to lead, inspire, transform, and empower. Now, here's your host, Dr. Aginah. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of LITE It Up. I am your host, Dr. Aginah. So excited to be with you this week. I went out and found myself a guest because I got tired of talking to myself. So my guest this week is the one and only Tenille Jackson. She is the founder of the Chicagoland Mom Squad, which is based in Chicago, Atlanta, the Quad Cities. For those of you who don't know what the Quad Cities are, it's Moline, right? Rockford.
Yep, Moline, Rockford, Bettendorf, and don't quote me, they'll be so mad at me. Moline, Bettendorf, Rock Island, and Davenport. No, yeah. Davenport is Davenport.
Is it? Well, I don't know.
Lord, Martha or Daz will be so mad at me for not knowing my four.
Uh-oh. Well,
no, that's okay. That's okay.
You know what it is up north.
Yes. But we know it's down south.
Exactly.
Yes.
So this has been a long time coming because Tenille is busy, I'm busy. We juggle so many things, but Tenille is just the bomb.com because she has created this online community of moms, and that's how I met Tenille. I joined the Chicagoland Mom Squad because you all know I'm a mom of three, but Tenille created this space so that moms could feel comfortable with asking questions, sharing ideas, and I don't know how long ago. Well, it's been like 11 years, right?
11 years, yes. So the cool things with Facebook is they now tell you the exact date everything has started. So December 28th, 2011 is the day I created the group. So yeah, we're 2010, I should say. So we're This will be our 12th year, but we are 11. We turned 11 in December.
Awesome. So I'm a part of the community. I've been able to meet a lot of wonderful moms, and it's just a helpful, wonderful group. We laugh, we cry, we fuss, all that other good stuff that, we do. But Tenille Jackson is my guest today. But in addition to the Chicagoland Mom Squad, she specializes in marketing. She's a digital media strategist. I probably didn't say the title correctly. She will correct me. But she does everything with so many businesses across Chicago and across the country. And she is definitely someone that you should know. So welcome to LITE It Up.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been waiting to get on this podcast since forever. I love it. I'm so excited I'm here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you. Yeah.
Our schedules have been kind of crazy, but I'm glad we're able to kind of sit down and talk because I want to know. I've got so many questions that I want to ask you. Yeah. Why? Well, first of all, you're a mom of a 13-year-old.
Yep, she just turned 13 in February, so I am officially a mom of a teenager. So I'm here. I'm present.
I'm gonna pray for you.
Thank you. Thank you. So far we're doing good. But the other day I looked at her and she was, I feel like I had a moment where I'm like, oh, we're close in height. I'm 5'11".
Okay.
And my, how you're just, and I was like this the other day, and I said, I need you to just remove yourself from my face because you're too tall.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for the height. I'm not ready for this instead of this, right? Because they're babies. So
Well, in my household, because Tenille, you're a whole foot taller than me. The Aaliyah and Kamal are taller than me, have been for quite some time, but Khalid, the youngest, she comes up to me and she's like, I'm taller than you now. I'm like, no, we're the same height.
No, I don't want. I don't even want. I don't. Oh, yeah. I'm in my feelings. But I'm trying to be present in the moment. But I'm like, I can't help but to say, you'll be going to eighth grade. Then that's it. We're in high school and we're having conversations about, college. And then when I think back to like, I also am like, I feel like we all raise our children together in the mom squad in our own, whatever, however you've chosen to make the mom squad fit in your world. There's still always that moment where, regardless of the feelings or fussing or laughter, it always comes back to, no, she ain't graduating college. What? I remember when she was going to high school. I remember the posts about, I don't know which school to pick. And now we're in college, or we're, whatever the case may be. So I feel the same way. When I started the group, Reagan was 1.5 and now she's 13. So yeah, right. It's that whole, oh my goodness, it's that journey that I am appreciating. Just having that network and supportive women as I also navigate parenting and all that stuff. Yeah.
So what made you decide to launch the Chicagoland Mom Squad?
Yep. I tell everybody it was really literally in response to a client. So my family business is marketing and advertising. My brother started a company called Universal Mage Jack Enterprises Incorporated. And were fortunate enough to have a contract that allowed us to travel and allowed me to work in 32 cities across the country, traveling with Feld Entertainment. So we would do the urban marketing for Disney on Ice and Ringling Brothers and all these shows. And with every good marketing plan strategy for those that, choose to keep long-term clients, essentially, you got to switch stuff up. It gets boring after a while. What you did in the 90s, or what my brother was doing back in the day when he got the contract, versus where the world had evolved into at that time, and especially 11 years ago. And if everybody can just reflect back 11 years, we all were trying to make the decision on whether or not we were going to do the internet or not, do the social or not, right? So we already knew we were doing the internet because obviously the internet has been around forever, but are we going to socially engage? And the kids had caught on, but we weren't quite there, but then it's there. So literally the client we had just a bad year, the marketing program didn't work. And literally client tapped me on the shoulder and was like, hey, if you all plan on, what you're going to need to do is think of something else. So how long do I have? I had 72 hours, and I just started doing research, right? So that's where my natural, just technical education and then just work background kind of kicked in. Let me brainstorm, right? I'm a marketer. Let me think. But then when the idea kind of came to me, I was like, hold on, this got some long legs if I do it right. But I didn't want it to just have long legs for me. I wanted it to have long legs for everyone involved in a business way, right? So I'm always very transparent about that. But I never wanted you all to feel like I was building it from a business standpoint. And I think we've accomplished that.
Yeah.
I don't think even a lot of times, even now, people have to ask me, now, what all you do? I'm like, manage the mom squad. You didn't know? Like, what? What do you mean? 13,000 women don't just come together like that. So I always knew
I was going to say,
what?
reiterate that, because I didn't point that out. It's 13,000 moms.
Yeah.
Like
yeah. And that's nothing. And 11,000 are active every day.
Yeah.
Right. So that's always I always like to share that metric. And that's where that balance of, yes, this is work for me. But again, knowing I was answering a question of a client, because essentially my client just didn't, and it made sense. How do we not reinvent the wheel every year? Right? How do we grow and become a part of people's lives in such a way that makes sense? So for me, business side said, got you. But if it's gonna work, oh no, I'm gonna need my mamas to get something out of this too. Whether it's genuine friendship, whether it's relationships, there's gonna be order, right? There's gonna be we ain't just all willy-nilly. I know every time I let in a new batch, and I'm really slow now to let moms in, and I gotta work on that, because part of it is like, I like us, we good. The 13,000 that work for us, we solid. We don't need no new friends. But then I have to remind myself of that original mission, which is we are here for each other that gets it, right? So I'm okay with kind of how I am adminning the group, because I believe it keeps order, it keeps fairness, in terms of kind of that balance of, I know what this is business wise. I know what I need it to be for us, for our spirit and our soul, and just where we are. And then I get the opportunities. I think people don't think I understand the opportunities. I do. I limited them so we don't become sales,
Yeah.
right? Like that ain't what this is. Like that's not, and I understand I'm a businesswoman, so I get it. But let's find that balance in what we're doing. So I essentially made it so that I could live a lifestyle that I wanted to live and live out my purpose.
Well, that's awesome. It's just this morning, I received a text from someone who they're in education. They're preparing to complete their doctorate soon. And they said, I need to do something different because they have never been able to pick up their children from school. That's just one example, right? Because they're in administration and they're like, I just want to do something different. I'm exhausted. And that's the thing that I also know that has come out a lot over this last year with our moms who are educators. And just, the moms who are dealing with everything with the pandemic, and that's just a whole nother
everything.
Yeah. And she's like, I want to do something that's meaningful, but that's going to also give me the flexibility and the freedom to be there for my children.
Yeah, which is so important. Like that, we were just, time is so fleeting, right? We get them, yes, we get them forever. But we only get them forever for like a little bit. And then they're gone. So yes, Reagan, the older Reagan gets, she is not feeling this whole mommy flexible lifestyle. I'm like, oh no. My whole business has been built around the part where I'm dropping you off and then picking you up. And because I know that I gotta cut the cord, right? So now it's just that whole, oh Lord, don't be that mom. She's like, please, can I walk home with my friends? Yeah. me in the bushes looking. Y'all really walking? Call me when you get to the corner. But yeah, there is something about that in terms of, we need that. Our society needs that, our children need that. And I think that, even as a business owner, and I know it doesn't always work that way, but there ought to be more flexibility for caretakers, right? Whatever caretaker looks like, I think our work world needs to be sympathetic to that. And the pandemic helped us figure out that it can happen.
Exactly.
Right? Those that are choosing to transition and revert back a little bit, I kind of, what we doing over there,
Yes, I will tell you that when the pandemic hit, I was at a point where I needed a break. Like 2018 and 2019 for me was just a lot with loss, right? And then by the time we fast forward to 2020, I'm like, I'm tired. And I remember I was at a conference in Atlanta.
Okay.
Couldn't find any hand sanitizer anywhere, right? And then by the time I got back home, the following week, everything was shutting down. I remember telling my staff, hey, you can go ahead and go home early, go to the store, pick up some stuff, because we'll probably be in for a couple of weeks.
Fast forward.
Right, it's 2022. Still been able, things have just perfectly aligned. I don't know if I should be saying this out loud, but the way the universe has worked, I'm able to, continue in that same mode. But it is amazing how there is a segment of the population that's ready to just revert back to the way things used to be. And it makes you wonder, was there a lesson learned? Like you said, we know that we can manage some aspects of a more flexible work environment. And I think that part of the issues that we experience in our own communities is because you've got parents who are working, who can't be there and be present for their children, and if we want to improve some of the ailments that we have within our community, we got to get back to that village type of mentality that used to exist.
Yeah, and it's weird because I've been doing just a lot of reflecting on as the world opens up and then the transition for it to, dial back again. I think we need to be prepared for that. But we've lost some interpersonal
Mm-hmm.
that's missing
Yeah.
that I don't want to go away, but I think it's okay for us based on what we know, bigger picture, especially in the Black community, what we know
Mm-hmm.
we need some of our moms at home.
Yes.
We got to work, but I
Yeah.
need you present. I need them hot meals, right? I need those. I need you, and then I need you to also not feel so rushed. And the amount of time it takes to simply travel.
Mm-hmm.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Right? Like back and forth, and like even with me, I've been fortunate, and I do feel like I tell everybody, I feel like all y'all just came into my workspace because I've been working from home for years, right? I've had the fortunate blessing of this lifestyle for a minute because essentially, like I said before, with the mom squad, I knew what I was creating. Hold on, I
Right.
need to drop her off, take her home. I also know myself, so you don't
Mhm.
want me in the office.
Yeah.
You don't want me there because I'm, you know what, Tenille, why don't you dial in? Even on the Zoom calls. I think today is the day I should keep my camera off. Just
Mhm.
you not ready. I don't want to.
Yeah.
However, I think that we essentially we've lost something that I know we have to get back because we have the nature of wherever life goes. Relationships are always going to be at the crux of them,
Yeah.
right? It's why I try to make sure that even with I love the diversity of our group, right?
Mhm.
I love that everybody's different. I love that it's not. I don't believe in the echo chambers, right?
Mhm.
I'm okay if we hurt your feelings today. Your choice, Hey, did it need to be said? I don't know. We probably did, because there's always those instances when I'm like, if it's just do basic math, if it's 13,000 women in this group, and then you see something that's happened on the news with a lot of children,
Mhm.
ladies, anybody want to fess up?
Mhm.
Want to talk about how we course correct? No, we heard don't. So it's those kind of things. So yes, we have to get back to the village. We have to get back to the flexibility of lifestyle. And I think those that are trying to revert back, I think there's always going to be that part where we want to go back to what we once knew.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And not in
Mhm.
a sad way. This was our 2 years to rewrite.
Yeah.
The world had sped up too fast. Let's keep it real.
Yes.
Like as much as, you know, grind,
Mm,
work,
mm.
do, generational wealth, all the check boxes of all the things that are being said, it was going too fast.
Yeah.
The expectations, the mere fact that you can text me, call me, Facebook message me, Instagram me, leave me a voicemail that you expect for me to check, followed by this new thing with these voice messages that you sending from the Facebook to the Facebook. I'm gonna ignore Facebook calls because I don't even understand why we think that's okay.
Hello.
I I don't even and you and I are both business enough that I'm I've shared with you the levels of accessibility I would like for
Mhm.
you to select from.
Mhm. Yes.
Not in an arrogant way, but in a hold on, and then let's prioritize what's actually urgent. Let's define whether or not I have that cup of water,
Mhm.
because that all adds to the anxiety that essentially people feel that they don't necessarily need to feel. Ain't no shame in my game and my age. I'm in my garden on this call. If I promise you this was a different day, understand me. I'd be outside. All my challenges, which is why I'm in the car with the blurry background. But I promise you, I believe in all of that. I believe that there is power in my mind being with my hands in that dirt to think about the strategies that are needed to take place. I can't do that in the
Mhm.
office.
Mhm.
My boss wouldn't understand that,
Mhm.
right? But sometimes that's what your staff needs. I think where we lose it is people who take advantage
Yes.
of,
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
You're so there's that revert back because I think there's a couple people that want to revert back because maybe they just miss people, and I miss people, right?
Mhm.
Kind of, but not for
Mhm.
real, not like that. I get on the internet and I can feel all the love I need,
Right.
but I think that we've gotta. It was too fast, and
Yeah.
we needed to redefine, and then we needed to start extending grace where grace wasn't being extended in spaces that it essentially just needed to be. So this will be a next. I think the next 2 years will be very interesting. I'm
Mhm.
very interested in the rest of 2022 and what that looks like, especially knowing Philadelphia just went back to masks. I
Yeah.
think what we've seen in the past 2 years, just if we look at Chicago pattern, we know we good till September. Outside all day,
Right.
mask up if it gets real bad. But what does the end of third and top of fourth quarter look like?
Exactly. Exactly. Well, I'm wearing my mask. I
Oh,
don't
you
like
still masking it?
look well in certain environments, yes.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'll give you an example. Saturday night, I went to the Maxwell concert, right?
Okay.
I had my mask on when I was in line, walking through the pathway from the parking lot to
Okay.
the arena. Now, when I got inside the arena, even though I got folks all over me, but I selected the seats on the end.
Okay.
I didn't want anybody, was hopeful.
Yeah, don't breathe on me.
Right. But yeah, in certain environments, I will still wear my mask, and then I will look at you cross-eyed if you're too close and ask you, do you know what 6 feet mean?
No, let me tell you something. I had mask fatigue out of this world, and I'm already out here in the suburbs with the with the folks.
Yes.
They weren't masking it anyway. So then you do get them looks in them eyes. I think it just depends, but I will definitely say I was one of those, and I'm one of those. You can give me how many shots you feel like you need to give me. I guess I done already got the 3. Down with you tell me I need another one if it keeps the mask off. So that's the headspace I'm in now. Reagan, keep your mask on in school because I don't know what germs you got. But me, I am also. I can't even lie and say I'm not out like that because I have been out. But I know to keep masks on me in the event.
Right.
But I have been more. I've never been a touchy-feely person either, so I don't understand all of that. So I've never understood close proximity. I don't care what's going on. Back up. You know what I mean? Just in general, right? Yeah.
I gotta tell you. So I'm also one of those suburbanites who will say I don't go into the city.
Okay.
Look, when you have to commute an hour and a half to and from work every day,
it's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's
so
a lot.
I was on campus one day for work.
Okay.
And I ended up going to the Target by the university. Okay. And I also forget that you have to pay for bags too. So that's the other thing when I go into the city. Can't remember that. Okay. Anyway, so I'm putting my items on the conveyor belt, and the woman is like right on me. And I said, excuse me, can you give me my space? I said, COVID still exists.
Yeah.
And so the cashier just fell out laughing. She said, I can't believe you said that. I said, oh, yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I like my space.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do festival season because I'm ready.
I hadn't thought about that.
Oh, I'm ready. Oh no, give me lawn chair in the back, cooler in the car. I'm ready. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I may get out there. I don't know. I got a lot going on this summer. I got to ship off 2 children in August. I turned 45 this summer. I need to do something. So I got to see whether or not that's, I try to pick and choose.
Okay.
Because I am a little, if I go out, like I've gone to 2 concerts in a row. I flew to Charlotte. I flew to Charlotte the first weekend in April to see New Edition.
Oh, good night.
They really looked at me like I was a fool with my mask on.
Yeah, they did. Especially when you go, man. And then when you go other places, you realize how like we are all kind of trying to, especially when we were on it.
Yeah,
we all are trying to be. Listen, I went to Alabama. I said, okay, I already know why these metrics like they are.
Right.
Back up and put your mask on. Matter of fact, too.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it.
So I feel like I need to sit down for a little bit for the remainder of April.
Yes.
And then,
make sure you're good.
Yep. Yeah. And then ease my way on out there. So I didn't have my little 2 back-to-back events. Okay. And I'm good. Like I've socialized enough. I done saw folks from high school and college. I'm like, hey, took my mask down. Hey.
Faces were weird to me for a while.
Yeah.
That was a thing for me. I'm like, okay, hey, face. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh,
So let me ask you, I know you have embarked on another journey where moms are able to have some conversations live on Monday nights. Is it 7 p.m.?
8 p.m.
8 p.m. See that?
Yeah,
Okay. 8
8.
p.m. My really good friend, Dr. Feeney Skanes, I just love her to death.
Love
And
her.
then Tony, I don't know Tony, but she always drops some great gems.
She does.
You need to connect me with
Connect.
her.
I will. I
Yeah.
will.
So
Yeah.
what
So
made you guys decide to uh have these
do
live conversations?
yeah. So Femi and I are the ultimate girl. We should. Why
Mhm.
don't we? Right. I am one of those. I will tell you yes, and then be like, what's next? That's where Tony comes in.
Okay.
Tony essentially has been a part of the mom squad since forever. And Feeney is busy. Dr. Skanks, we're all busy in our own way.
Right.
Tony's busy as well. But everybody, it's that whole how does everybody play a role and do what they need to do. So essentially, Tony reached out to me about a year ago. She's been in the mom squad for about 8 years, I believe. But she reached out to me about Family Feud. She wanted to, we were in COVID. And she
Yeah.
thought it would be cool to kick off a Family Feud event, virtual.
Mhm.
Do I have to do anything? She was like, no, just show up and host. I said, oh, come on now. I could welcome the crowd with the best of them. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So essentially we came together to do this because there were so many topics. Here's the other thing, kind of to the same reason how I started the Mom Squad. You could do something for so long and then it just gets old and mundane, right? So
Mhm.
there's always the part where I understand and recognize that we always got to keep the mom squad fresh, right? Like just even if it's for the new moms or whatever. So how cool essentially would it be to bring respected people in their fields, Femi, myself, Tony, because
Mhm.
Tony does Deaf Free Divas, and there's me with the mom squad, and then Femi with parenting,
Mhm.
leadership edge, and just all of her stuff. And
Mhm.
bring some of these conversations we were having in the mom squad to life, right? I think there's that part of we're moving too fast.
Mhm.
That's what we just even reference to what we were just talking about. Sometimes we
Mhm.
move too fast where we're not even stopping and doing some of those basics,
Right.
right? What happened to those good old fashioned work days where you're like, you know what? Let me do this so this
Mhm.
doesn't trickle into here. This right now, I'm good with the mom squad has a beautiful, I don't even call her assistant. She just keeps the wheels moving, which is Tony right now.
Yeah.
So I'm thankful for her because again, recognizing that we got to keep it fresh and keep it
Mhm.
light. At least we've got that Monday night mom chat to kind of keep us going and just bring people and faces and names.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have to get you on there to come talk.
I would
Come hang
love
out
to
with
look.
us. Yeah, I don't
We'll
know.
find something.
We would. Yes, we would. We would definitely find something. We would definitely find something.
So what else is in the works for you? Because and like I mentioned in the intro, you also do so much for businesses like Peaches, which we need to have a lunch date at Peaches.
We do. We
How about
should.
that? We
You
should.
know what? People always say we should go to Peaches, and I'm like, do you know what my eyeballs do when I'm at Peaches? It's me the whole time. I'm looking because I'm so worried they're gonna, and they're like that now. The staff is a lot better. They're always like, you don't come in but once a month anyway. So when you're here, you might as well sit down. But yes, peaches is good. It's like a
Yes.
warm hug when
Yeah.
you're eating the food. So what else is left for me? I got a lot of cool things in the works. Most I can't talk about at
Okay.
the end of the day.
Mhm.
But I do have some. We're doing a little. Oh, you know what? One I could talk about. We're revising what the parkway is going to be to people. So
Oh, really?
yeah, so I'm really excited about that. Chef Rome and I and team and crew have been doing a lot of he's renovating bronze, that
Really?
back room. Oh my God, he's painting it. So
Okay.
that color will be gone. So I think that'll be dramatic in and of it for those of us that go to,
Yeah.
those of us that are Parkway people and we're
Mhm.
always at the Parkway Ballroom.
Mhm.
Um, what I love about what we're about to do at the Parkway is I think we're just making sure that the space is meeting the needs of the community at
Mhm.
the end of the day. So we're not going to be into the big fancy weddings as much.
Mhm.
Everything at the Parkway is fancy,
Right.
but we'll have a space, like an everyday space for ourselves
Oh,
to be
cool.
able to interact and be. So even if you do come into the city and you're like, I need a space to work,
Mhm. Mhm.
essentially Chef Rome is opening the doors to the Parkway to
Oh,
kind of
that's great.
allow us to do that. So I'm working on that. Coffee, doing more, just kind of more product line
Mhm.
integration in Peaches as it relates to that.
Mhm.
Um, And then just continuing to be a small business advocate and making sure that at the end of the day, we are getting what we essentially should,
Yeah.
as it relates to small businesses don't want to stay small forever, right?
Right.
Sometimes our challenges are simply based on, I don't have the capacity, whether it's financial capacity, mental capacity, staffing capacity,
Mhm.
to make our lives move forward. So I'm really working on self also, just in terms of, hey, got new contracts, got new things, but now it's the backing into that support necessary. So yeah, I am forever going to be an advocate for small businesses. I'm going to forever be connecting dots with within the Mom Squad, outside of the Mom Squad, and really just kind of really trying to see this Monday Night Mom Chat grow and evolve into what we need it to
Yeah.
be, which is really making us as parents feel more confident in the no's we need to give our children, and
Mhm.
the less entitlement that we need to extend to our children, and all of those conversations that kind of make you cringe sometimes, but you're like, okay, I am supposed
Mhm.
to teach them they're supposed to save money. We talked about money saving last
Yeah.
time, and and it starts with us prioritizing. Maybe we can't get our nails and our hair done all the time. Maybe
Right.
it is, setting that aside. So yeah, that's all
There,
that.
there's a lot for us to learn and to share. I mean,
Yeah,
that's what I definitely appreciate about the Mom Squad, because sometimes I can go on there, look for a topic,
yeah.
the answers I need,
Search the group. Yeah,
search the group. In
yeah.
fact, Antoinette, what's Antoinette's last name?
Antoinette Peterson.
Yes,
Yes.
she was a lifesaver for the twins. They were
Yeah.
able to go through her work program. Matter of fact, I need to call her up because I got a 15-year-old.
Nice.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, just the different connections that you're able to make within the group
Yeah.
is,
Yeah. It's amazing. And
yeah,
I love it. I absolutely I love it. I love that this, what it was intended for, is still being carried out. And I love to hear all the fun stories of, I met such and such who then told
mhm,
me about such and such who told me about such and such. I can't wait to see some winning stars. I posted a debate camp, and the
oh,
debate camp's kind of high.
mhm,
But when I reached out to the people, they said just tell them, let us know that from the Mom Squad, and we could provide at least some type of scholarship for the children to
oh,
go. But
mhm,
I had never heard of debate camp, and so the
yeah,
opportunity and the idea that our babies can go to debate camp and just
mhm,
tighten up
yes,
speaking. Oh, I just invite me. I want to just be next to the kids
yes.
talking and in these debates and stuff.
But that's awesome that you are in a position with this platform to be able to reach and help so
Yeah.
many families. Because
Yeah.
I mean, we all know that moms are the backbone.
All the time. I'm thankful to God every day for just allowing me to be able to do this and to live out, one of my life purposes, which is
Yeah.
really just to kind of get us through, selfishly get me through, at least till Reagan has her own family, and I'll be good. That's at least a good
Not until she
30,
has her own
35 years.
family.
That's it, at least a good 30, 35 years. It's gonna be the great grandma squad by the time I'm done. Look,
Oh, you
we
are
all need
funny.
help. We just need help.
Now, would for those people or moms who are listening who are um, interested or toying with the idea of launching a small business, right? And
Uh-huh.
one of their concerns is marketing and getting out there. Do you offer any consultative services for, to determine whether or not you
Yeah.
can work with um, someone, because that's important too. It has to be the right fit between you and the prospective client.
It does. And you know what? So I'm really active on LinkedIn. I'm going to
Mhm.
bring my newsletter back. And I am setting aside time to work with small businesses. Even sometimes I tell people, sometimes you can just get the best of me by just asking me to go look at your stuff real quick. My natural brain may give you that pick your brain just because, oh,
Mhm.
do this. Now,
Mhm.
you want me to do it, then we got to talk about it.
Yeah.
But I am really good for that, because I also look at it as keeping my workspace clean,
Mhm.
keeping my work,
Right.
I don't want to see all them words on them papers. I don't want it on your graphics. I question, I question QR codes on documents that aren't being printed, because I'm not always in with my phone and a
Right.
screen, and most of the time I'm like this, so I can't screenshot the QR code. So why is the QR code on it? That's my latest little rant.
Yeah.
But absolutely, LinkedIn is I always tell people LinkedIn is really the best way if you really just want to really talk business and you want me to remember you from a business standpoint. I'm on LinkedIn at Tenille Jackson, but Facebook is always present. And biggest advice for moms starting off with I think there's always a rush, just people in general with small business. I think there's always a rush to get to the fun stuff. You and I both know them photo shoots, them websites. But to answer your question, we're always in a rush to get to the fun stuff. We want to get to the photo shoots. We want to get the website done. I'm sorry, is there a work case study that you've completed to show me? Is there an output that you've yielded that should make me want to work with you? We sometimes like to put the cart before the horse when it comes to marketing. And so I'm at least, to your point, I'm at least good for a quick, ooh, you ready, you not ready type conversation.
Yes.
Oh, you should talk to Stephanie Butts to get your logo redone.
Yes.
Finish for her, you come on back to me and we talk, stuff like that. But I will always be in a position to be able to just support however needed to, just because somebody, it's all been done for us, right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, next time, look, I want to invite you back, Tenille.
We gotta come back. I come back.
But
I won't be in the car.
2 years later.
Yeah, I know. I won't be my internet will be on in the house. My electricity will be on in the house. I won't be in the car, but what I'm happy is I just wanted them. You know what? And it's real, right?
Yes.
Like this is our lives, and still just kind of making sure we manage to do, especially since you invited me on here last year. So I was like, oh no, I can't. I said, I'm like, we almost in the middle of second quarter at this point. So
life is just busy. Oh, no problem. Life is just so busy, and I get it, but I'm glad that you were able to come on. We won't set a date yet. I won't put you on the spot.
Let's wait. Yeah.
But just know, one of these days I might harass you because there might be some other topics that we need to talk about.
Okay, and we both can probably dive down the personal conversation.
Yes, we should.
Listen, I'm extra single. Okay, so we can extra divorced and extra single. Because I sure was gonna ask you. I was like, wow, how bold? After you get divorced, it's always which box are you checking? Are you checking single or are you checking divorced? Because I technically qualify as both. How much? So it was funny when I looked on your Facebook. I said, oh, okay, you just went straight to the divorce. Matter of fact, this is my divorce anniversary. My ex-husband hates when I talk about that, but today, 8 years ago, we were happily divorced. Yeah, I keep up with those dates.
I do too. Oh, it'll be 9 years, November 6th. I know what time the judge signed my papers.
Maybe 9:52. Don't play. Don't. So there it is. We can have that whole conversation. I will be as transparent as we need to be. I ain't gonna wish still being single on myself by the time we had this conversation, but I would definitely come back because I at least got 8 years of stories. So yeah.
And look, and I got 9, and I'm trying not to have any more. Like I just want to be. Can we be done?
No. No, can you let me stop, because I'm like, I could marry an old man tomorrow. Can we just be nice and age appropriate, whatever that looks like for each other? But hey. So yeah, let's have a relationship chat next time.
We'll definitely have to do that, because dating now is
different. Just go with different. Just roll with different.
It's different. Okay, we'll go with that.
Just roll with different. It's different. I'm attempting to embrace certain aspects of it, but I just had a conversation with my best friend last night, and I just said, I don't know if I'm compromising things along the way. You know what I mean? Yeah. Right. But it's that whole thing. If we're all not speaking, or at least operating out of the same dating code of conduct, the oddballs who have standards that are based in the 80s and 90s or whatever we were used to growing up, we ain't never gonna find nobody. Nope. And those are hard facts, right?
Yeah.
Which mean I want to talk to you on the phone. What?
Right.
Why am I grown Why am I grown? And I'm a texter. Trust me. When things get rocking and rolling, I don't need to be all up. I get it. I get that back in the day relationships, we didn't have our phones with us all the time. So then we don't need to. I don't even want to talk to you all the time.
Right.
Oh, you ain't never gonna pick the phone up. How we gonna get to know each other for real? For real. We not talking on the phone at all.
Exactly.
You don't remember. And again, I don't know if you date older. I tend to date older.
I date older. Yeah.
So you forgot what the phone did? Like,
right.
Like, I don't.
Yeah. And in my experience, it doesn't even matter that they're older anymore. It's just I'm just, it's mind-boggling to me.
No. And I think our expectations are too high, and how dare us? And how dare us be intimidating? And how dare you be a foot shorter than me and still be intimidating? And how dare I be dark-skinned and still be intimidating? Whatever.
Yeah, okay. We got to plan that one.
Yep. Let's do it. And that could be the commercial for it. I'm good. I'm ready. I'm telling, I'm extra single. I'm ready.
Well,
thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining me, Tenille. I really appreciate it. This was fun. I needed to laugh because it's been a stressful week. My goodness. So thank you for that. And I hope those lights get turned back on. Tell that electrician to hurry up.
He just took an hour lunch break, and I'm sitting over here like, he's looking like I'm waving. Hey, homie, if you don't go ahead and turn my internet back on, please, sir. Thank you. Thank you. No, I'm glad this worked. I'm glad my little mobile hotspot did it. I appreciate you.
All right, Tenille. So thank you all for tuning in for this week's episode of Light It Up. If you want to reach out to Tenille, you can follow her socially.
Socially Tenille. Yeah, socially Tenille everywhere except for LinkedIn.
Yes.
It's just my Tenille Jackson, one N.
Mm-hmm. So only if you're serious do you contact her on LinkedIn. Okay. And if you aren't a part of the Chicagoland Mom Squad,
yes, you can follow
us.
Yeah, join us.
Yeah. Take a little long. We got to vet you first, right? A little bit. You got to follow the rules.
Yeah. Yes, it might take a minute, but yes, we would eventually love to have you.
Yes. So anywho, make sure that you guys follow Tenille on social media, share this episode with a friend as well. And of course, follow Light It Up at LITE It Up Podcast. So until next time, remember to continue to light it up and shine bright like a diamond. Thanks for joining me this week on Light It Up. Make sure you visit my website at www.lightituppodcast.com or www.aginahmuhammad.com. You can also find me on social media using the handle at Light It Up Podcast. If you like what you've heard, please be sure to hit the subscribe button so you'll never miss a show. While you're at it, I'd appreciate a rating on iTunes, or you can simply tell a friend about the show. Be sure to tune in every Tuesday for a new episode. Until next time, light it up and shine bright like a diamond.